Hello and welcome to Sophia's webinar. And my name is Todd Hopkins. I'm your host. Today we'll have an overview of Sophia, so that will include a few PowerPoints as an overview, and then we should have some time to go through most of everything in Sophia. All along the way, if you have any questions whatsoever, uh, feel free to put that in the Q&A area, and I'll respond accordingly. If I don't know the answer, I'll certainly circle back to you after the webinar and provide a response at that time. Again, my name is Todd Hopkins. I'm the Director of Business Development here at Link Systems. We're headquartered out of Tampa, Florida. We have been an e-learning solutions provider since, founded in 1995. I believe we first launched our worldwide whiteboard in 1998. And then in our headquarters, we have a development team of our technology, and then we also have a content team for authoring content. So sort of where Sophia came from was we were building the technology. The algorithmic engine behind Sophia is Worldwide Test Bank, and we were licensing that out to other homework tools. So once opened educational resources sort of become more popular, we launched Sophia. And you may also know us from NetTutor, online tutoring service. And then NetTutor is our tutors, and our tutors are out of our centralized locations in Tampa or Tempe, Arizona. And then NetTutor tutors use Pisces as their platform. And the Pisces platform is used for many things. Tutoring, office hours, counseling, advising. There's many use cases for Pisces. A little bit of the backstory. I mentioned about having a content team, building our own technology, rising costs of textbooks, OER, becoming more mainstream. Also, an interesting piece of the backstory is our two lead developers are from Sofia, Bulgaria. So that's where the name Sophia came from, not the cartoon. All right, so let's move down. So some traditional uses of Sophia is just a traditional math homework and assignment tool. Accelerated courses, online courses, winter and summer bridge or intersessions for winter, math refreshers, and it's perfect for co-requisite models. So currently we have content from basic arithmetic all the way up to Calc 1. Calc 2 is soon to be out. And then also statistics. So there's about 10,500 algorithmic assessment items in there. So, one of the cool things about Sophia is the just-in-time help tools. Okay, so if a student is stuck in a question, they can click on a hint to help push them in the right direction. They can click a button for show me that will break down the entire problem step by step. And then if once they've hit show me, they can try another. And that's where the algorithmic engine comes into play. So a student can repeatedly work on that same question by getting different variables each time so they can master the concept. We also have NetTutor tied into to Sophia. So if you're a NetTutor partner, you can add a live help button for students if they're truly stuck. And then if you're not a NetTutor partner, we do have some bundle pricing, so you can get a couple of hours of live help for your students as well. So our answer types, open response answers, expression, evaluation, and graphing. Randomized values, I just mentioned that. So I'll show you once we open this tool up where that is a part of preventing, if you are in a lab setting and students were beside each other, they would not really be able to cheat because each student will get different values on the same question. So we are textbook independent. Our base seems to there's a couple of books in OpenStax that a few of our partners use out there, but that is part of we try to stay in the open education resource area, and that seems to be most of our partners are looking for really effective homework tools for their OER textbooks. We'll talk about price here in a few minutes, but for Sofia, the price is really inexpensive. Right now, it's $20 per semester or $30 for an annual access to that. There's no need to spend big money on these things here. But with Sofia, you'll get full support, full training on there. All of the updates as we keep updating and adding more content. There's no price increases there. Okay, so the LMS integration. So we certainly support the top 4 or 5 there. Others probably are not listed just because we haven't had requests to integrate into those other LMSs out there. But our deepest integration is with Brightspace and Canvas. As this says here, that you'll display Sofia in task calendars, assignments, and grade books. So students really have no idea that that this is, it seems like a native tool inside of Sofia, inside of Canvas and Brightspace for students. Okay, so gaining access. Gaining access is fairly simple. So as I mentioned, we'll integrate through LTI into your course or learning management system. We also, we'll also set up a URL access if that's what you desire as well. But we know that having students in on single sign-on is primarily or typically a better fit for most folks and students. So Sofia comes, obviously with pre-built assignments, so you can customize those. You can create custom assignments from scratch. Assessments are auto scored as well. A few of the faculty testimonials. I'll give you a couple moments to absorb those. But we certainly love to get feedback from Sofia. We have conducted an impact study for Sofia and gained a lot of information from that, from both instructors and from users. So their overall opinion of Sophia's, it gave them more confidence in doing math problems or solving math problems. Weekly training webinars such as this, how to create assignments, how to write algorithmic templates, improving grades with Sofia, things of that nature. So we have those ongoing. I think we have them out through November right now, and we'll set them up for December and so on as we go through. This is some of the pricing that I mentioned earlier. So for the higher ed, one term, $20, 1 year, $30. K-12, a little bit cheaper there at 10 and 20. And that's just for Sophia. I mentioned also that we do have a bundled package. So if you wanted to add a live help in for your students, that's easily done by getting the co-rec package. So you'll get 2 hours of NetTutor online support for one term. So typically an hour of NetTutor ranges anywhere from $25 to $29 an hour. So that's a pretty good deal right there. The next steps, obviously providing access. If anyone would love to have access to this, I'm happy to provide that, and we'll set up either URL access or we'll go ahead and integrate it just so you can, kick the tires in its own environment there inside of your LMS. So we do have a contract agreement implementation meeting. So that's our support team working with your team, making sure that the integration is working appropriate and correctly. And then we'll provide the LTI integration and then ongoing training. All right, I think, yes, so that was the last slide there. We made that through pretty quick. So what I will do, let me check to see, I haven't even looked over there. Okay, so no questions right now. So what I'll do now is I'm going to move over to a Canvas installation of Sophia, so we can just do a quick walkthrough of what that looks like. All right, let me do a new share here, new share. All right, so hopefully everyone is seeing my my screen here, which I'm logging into Canvas. I'm logging into Canvas as an instructor. So once I log into Canvas here, I'll see my dashboard. To find Sophia, we're just going to enter one of our courses here, Intermediate Algebra. And then once we're in our course, we'll see Sophia set up here on the left-hand tool set. As we click on Sophia, we'll be taken to a dashboard. On the dashboard, you'll see here, and you'll have to authorize if it's your first time in. On your dashboard, what you'll see here is work with assignments in my locker. So if you have been using Sophia, this is where you'll find all of your assignments that you've been working, that you've deployed. We'll take a quick look at that. So when you pull up the assignments here, you'll see here that these are telling me that these have been deployed, some not deployed, but these are where all your assignments are. You can create a new assignment and you can get this going, get me started, or start from scratch. Now I'm going to circle back into this area here so we can just open up and look at an assignment here real quick. View in progress. So this will give you an idea of where your students are. Once you have deployed assignments, you can pull that information up and see where students are. If they have finished their assignment, you'll see their score. And if they haven't, you will see an in progress here. And then for in progress, if you'd like to see where the student is saved and stopped, you can go right here, see what question they were on when they hit save and close. All right. And then the last area here is learning resources. Learning resources, if you want to add some content to your assignment, so you can place videos or PDFs, and then students will go through those as somewhat of a prerequisite before they get into the assignment. All right, so I'm going to go back up to create a new assignment. Get me started. You'll start off, there's two areas here that you're going to start off in. So if you click get me started, this is going to take you to all of our assignments down through here. So you'll see here, if we put, there's many of these. These are our books. So basic college math all the way to Calc 1 with the addition of stats. So we can start in any of these areas here. So I'm just going to stick with basic college math, and then we'll go to whole numbers. So if we're in this area here and you click on the actual assignment, this will take you to the assignment and you'll see exactly what the student will see. So this is just a run through of the actual assignment. But if you wanted to like take a look at the question manager, so on the right hand side are all of the questions within the assignment for introduction to whole numbers. And if you wanted to add questions or mix this up a little bit, you can certainly do so. You come over here to the left and you can take another look at the bank of questions. And you can pull questions from any of these assignments throughout here. So you could pull in, some, high school algebra or whatever you would like from these banks on the left-hand side. If you would like to preview what this is going to look like in more of a structured area, you can open up preview, and this will give you an idea of the questions involved in the assignment. And then you can actually pull these out right here. If you don't like the question, you can remove them here. But I would like to show you here where this question is asking determine the place value of the digit 9 in the number. So just to give you a sense of the algorithmic engine, we just open this back up and you see a different value in that same question. And this is what happens with students as they're working with the assignments. And they can always try another until they master that concept and move on. But in this area here, so we can preview this. We can pull a question from college algebra over into this assignment. See this down here. Then we can preview it again just to take a look at what that looks like. I think that was the last question. And so now we'll see that I believe there's now 11 questions in here, 12 selected questions. All right, so now that we have the question manager questions that we like, we can save and close this. It will now put this assignment into my locker. And I did not, I'm sorry, let me do that one more time just because I didn't title that. And I should have up here. Let me do that real quick. Sorry, folks. That was my my error, and I'm gonna fix that real quick. So I'm gonna go over here and just put the date on here, 1-2, just so I know where that's at. And let's save and close. So once we have the questions that we'd like, this now moves to our locker, and now you can move over as an instructor, find your assignment, and there we go. And in this area here, you'll go to edit, and then we'll get into the policy manager. So the policy manager is going to give you some more options where you can lock in some external content. You can set this up as a practice or a test, repetition. Since this is practice, we'll just keep it at unlimited. This is just-in-time help. So you see here that we have Net Tutor, ask your instructors, an email to the instructor, show your work. Is a drawing canvas where a student can use the tools on the canvas to provide support how they came to that answer. And then print the assignment as well. So I'm going to turn all of these on. For a due date, we can leave this dateless out there. Or you can set this up, for a start and due date and time. You can also put minimum scores, for prerequisites, and submission first, last, or best. Past due, you can allow past due or don't allow. So there's a few options there in the policy manager as well. Save this. All right. So it'll take us back through the question manager again, just to confirm, but we're good to go there. Let's go find our assignment. We'll deploy it. the date here. We're going to come over to deploy. This is a reminder, so I still have to go publish it in Sofia so students can find it. We're going to go to assignments. Let this load, and then we'll pull up the assignment. There it is. And so here's our assignment. We'll move over to publish. Now we're published. And as a student, I'm going to switch over to a student view. Let's go here, settings and student view. All right. So as you can see in the student view, all of the assignments that the students will see over here on the left-hand side, they'll see that on their calendar. They do not see Sofia, so they'll just look at their assignments. It looks like a native tool inside of Sofia. So we'll find that assignment. Here we go. Now I'm opening this up as a student. Gives us a little information across the top, no due date, points available. So we can flip through the questions. Few of the just-in-time help over here so we can get a hint. What does the value of each digit and a number depend on? So we can go to my turn, and it will give us sort of some step-by-step information there. And 7 is, we're going to answer that incorrectly. Try that again. So as a student, I can, with this particular question here, once I get that right, check our answer. Then it's going to take me step by step through this. And so as we work through this, we'll finally get to the right answer, and then we can try another one of that same question. So if a student struggled through that, this is what I was referring to, mastering the concept. Okay, so we can also have some other help here for Show Me, and this will break down all of the information for the student, and then a student can then again go to try another. We can go to Your Turn, so that's breaking it down step by step. And then Live Help. If you have Live Help enabled, certainly click on Live Help, and a tutor will, Net Tutor window will come up. Yep. So I think I went through there, and I thought I had turned that on, but it's not showing up here. So once you click Live Help, drawing canvas comes up, and one of our tutors will help you. This problem will actually be be taken from here into the drawing canvas to help the student. You can print question, email your instructor. Simply click on email, and it'll send the email to the instructor with a link to the question. Show your work. Show your work is a drawing canvas that will pop up, and students will actually see that. So going to look at this, and I'm going to change my view because I really would like you to see this. Leave student view, and so I'm going back here. So this should be, there we go. Not quite sure what was going on there, but for show your work, you simply, if you're requiring that for your student in this assignment, student will get a drawing canvas here. They can work with some tools here on the left-hand side. A math equation editor. They can use a pencil. If they have a stylus, they can use a stylus. They can also upload a picture of their work through the file upload, and display whatever supporting evidence they have that they worked through that problem. Okay, I want to check to see if there's any questions over here. I don't see any questions, so I'm going to keep moving. Let's go back to Sophia. I'd also just like to quickly show you. We'll go back to grades. And as I said, this is auto graded and uploaded right into Canvas. So you'll see that you can use the speed grader, all of those options there to make that easier and faster for the instructors. Okay. Well, this wraps up my demonstration and webinar for today. And I'd like to invite anyone who is on with us today, if you're interested in gaining access to Sophia, I'm more than happy to set that up for you. You can let me know in the Q&A area, or I will provide my, or I'll do a follow-up email after this webinar just to check in to see if you have any questions. This is obviously recorded, so I'll provide that as well. All right. Well, thank you, everyone, and I hope everyone has a healthy and safe day. I'll stay on here for a few moments in case someone does have a question. Otherwise, have a healthy and safe day. Thank you very much. All right.